if you were to purchase $1 million house, do you know how much you would be paying on the mortgage by the time you said repairs, your mortgage,
Right.
your insurance? You're talking about like a $6,500 mortgage where you can go rent the same home for about $3,500 a month.
Right. And you know what we're facing right now, these issues is that first of all, the cost of everything is extremely high.
Most
I
definitely.
mean, we're talking the cost of food, the cost of cars, the cost of everything is extremely high. So if you guys are ready to learn how to raise capital, this is the place to be.
Right.
And I know how it feels. You may not have the credit score that you need to actually get what you want right now. You may not have the capital that you need.
Right.
You may not even know where to start. And I understand that everybody's probably like, okay, what do I need to do? How do I need to get myself in a better place? So I want to let you guys know this is the right place. We're going to help you guys get into a better position, and we're going to give you everything that you need. So I think, first of all, they need to know how to look at, you know, the 3 things or 4 things that we're probably going to talk about, which is how to fix your personal credit, how to build your business credit,
yes,
how to find the lenders, and how to fund your business.
Most definitely. That is so important. Like where we are right now, we're in a recession,
right,
and no one's talking about it.
Right.
Like we are really in a recession and nobody's talking about it, but we need to talk about this. We need to talk about how we're going to help you get in a better position.
Exactly.
We need to talk about what does your credit look like?
Right.
And where do you need to go to get credit?
Right, right. And I think more than anything, you know, people just they're thinking how.
Yeah.
Like how do I do this?
Most definitely.
And what we're going to do is walk you through step by step. So I hope you guys are ready. We're going to show you how, and we got a ton of results of people that we've already helped. So if you guys are ready, let's get into it. So Gloria and I have been working on credit for probably over 15 years. Yes. We've been married for like 9 years. Yes. And we got a restaurant in Atlanta.
So I just jumped on board, guys. When Marvin, when I met Marvin, he was doing his doggone thing. And I was like, hey, babe, I think you need to take this to a whole nother level.
Right.
So we teamed up, and not only did we scale, you know, at the time I had a restaurant, I was losing a restaurant.
Right.
Not because of bad operating skills. It was because I had already lost 2 restaurants from bad operating skills.
Right.
So my 3rd restaurant, we ended up shutting it down because they sold the building.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so at that time, that was an opportunity for me to pivot and for me to jump on the credit repair side and help Marvin and understand about credit, because I knew a little bit about credit, but he really took me to the next level by giving me the skills, the knowledge. You know, we started taking classes. And
lots of classes,
you know, to scale our skill set. And then we opened up another restaurant after we were able to start rebuilding the credit repair company.
Yeah, we were building both at the same time.
At the same time.
You know, like Gloria spent more time getting the restaurant open. I spent more time on the credit side, but we worked together, you know, between all the people that we knew, people that we had come in contact with. We just started contacting everybody, friends, relatives, everybody, to tell them, hey, we got a better way. We got a way where if you want to start a business, we can show you how to do this. And since then, we've helped hundreds of thousands of people build their credit and raise capital. You know?
But one of the things that you have to keep in mind, you have to stay consistent and persistent during the process.
Yeah.
Marvin and I, when we started, you know, I didn't have a restaurant, so I had time to understand credit, work on my craft, and learn a little bit more.
Right.
And then once we got it going, it just kind of took off because we did what we needed to do. We did the study and we did the homework. You know, we invested in ourselves. And that's the most important piece, is about you investing yourself, getting the knowledge so that you can scale, you know, knowledge. And so let me back up.
Okay.
You get the knowledge.
Right.
And you don't do anything with it.
That's what most people do.
So how is knowledge power if you're not going to do anything with the knowledge? So you have to get the knowledge and you have to apply it to your life. You have to scale yourself. You're the driver. Get in the driver's seat and start driving and take control of your life. We're going into a whole new year. It's about to be 2024.
Yes.
Time waits on no one.
Yep. And then, you know, you probably wonder, like, okay, who is this for? This is for somebody that wants to open up a business. Somebody wants to start a restaurant, raise capital. You may be an online marketer.
Yes.
You may want to drive trucks or do real estate.
Yes.
What we're going to show you today applies to all of that. You know, raising capital is one of the most important things in a business because most businesses go bankrupt within 5 years. You know, and then most businesses start to suffer within 2 years because they have a lack of capital. Like what we see a lot of times is entrepreneurs, they raise enough money to get started, then they stop.
Most definitely.
And then what happens, nobody plans for something bad to happen, but guess what?
It does.
Something happens.
Because life happens.
Yeah.
We all get, life happens to all of us. And one of the things that you have to keep in mind, in order to get to where you're trying to go, it starts with you and your personal credit.
Correct. And then, you know, you gotta continually work at it. This is gonna be something that you're gonna continue to work at, something you're gonna continue to do, not something you just start once, then stop. And then, you know, Gloria and I just read a stat this morning about right now, the credit card debt of Americans is $1.3 trillion.
Trillion. We didn't say million. We didn't say billion. We said trillion.
The credit card debt is the highest that it's actually ever been in probably the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And we're not telling you, first of all, to go in debt and you can build your credit overnight. This is not what this is. Everything that we're going to show you is a process. And you know what? Set your notifications, subscribe to our channel, because as you go through this journey, as you go through this process, what we're going to continue to show you is a way that no matter where you are in the process, some people may have bad credit. Some people may have great credit. Some people may be in the beginning of starting their business. Others may have already been in business. So wherever you are, we're going to continue to create content that can help you at no matter what stage you're in.
Right. And the only thing you have to do is take control of your life, get behind the driver's wheel, and drive yourself into your destiny. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
You know, let's start with your mindset. Where are you trying to go, and what is it going to take to get there? And are you going to do the work? Because you have to do the work. That's the most important piece. Nobody owes you anything, but you owe yourself the opportunities. And a lot of times, Marvin, we don't go to where we're trying to go because we don't have the knowledge that we need to get there. You know, but Marvin and I, we're going to give you all the knowledge that you need, but it's all about what you're going to do with the knowledge that we're putting at your footstep. Like, it's up to you. Walking into your destiny is it's for you to do it. I'm going to help you get there by giving you all the tools that you need. I didn't have anyone to give me that. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I had credit, and you know, they don't teach you credit in school. You know, so I had to mess up to fix it, to learn, you know, and as you learn, you continue to do better. You do better because you know better. And
then stay committed. You know, if I could say anything, you know, stay committed to you, to yourself, because that's what's going to help you get over the hump. Because we see so many people start, stop, stop, you know, and they don't complete what they're trying to do. And what we're saying is this is a journey. This is not a sprint. This is more like a marathon. So if you guys are ready, we're gonna start to jump into it. But we want you to know, we want you guys to go all in, because we're gonna go all in. Gloria and I are committed to actually making videos, making content on personal credit, business credit, and business funding, which will help you get to that other side. But you got to commit to this. And I know you're probably thinking, is it just as simple as, working on my credit, watching videos? It can be. You know, if you commit to working on your personal credit, your business credit, and your business funding, it can be as simple as raising capital. We got students that have raised anywhere, like I think one of our best students has raised somewhere between $500,000 and $1 million. You know, and what I'm getting is we're going to teach you the skill set, the principles. It's certain principles that will never change no matter what business it is. Like I just talked to one of our clients. He owns nightclubs, and he was talking about, hey, I got something on my business credit I got to get off because it's preventing me from getting $750,000 additional, you know, additional funding. So, you know, we put 150 not to scare people away, but funding can go as high as you want it as long as you put the plan together. And I think that's important, is actually having a plan.
That is so important, Marvin. And that's one of the reasons why, you know, when I first started off as a business owner, you know, like we want to be business owners, but it takes a lot of work. We have a student we were talking to yesterday in one of our mentor classes.
Right.
We do a mentor in our mentorship, and he was talking about when you looking online
Right.
and you watching everybody, they make it look easy,
Right.
but it's never easy.
Correct.
You work 3 times as hard
Yeah.
being a business owner versus going and punch a clock for someone else.
Right.
You know, but you're creating a destiny, a legacy for your family. You know, so that's what's important. Like for us,
yeah,
we spend a lot of time, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am so tired, but I committed to doing the homework, doing the research, and bringing you guys the information. Because let me tell you something: as much information as Marvin and I have,
right,
it would be a disservice for us not to share this information with you.
Right,
that's not fair. We're supposed to we're here to empower you.
Exactly.
That's our destiny.
Exactly.
That's our legacy, is to empower others. And so in order for us to be able to empower you, and in order for us to be able to give you the information that you need to scale your business, to change your life,
yeah,
you know, to not go through some of the things that we went through, to not make some of the mistakes that we went through, because we can help you and stop you from making those mistakes. We have to study.
Yeah.
We have to do a lot of studying. We have to invest in ourselves in order to invest in you.
Yeah. And then we want you guys to be ready. Are you ready to access more money?
Yeah.
You know, are you ready to get in a position where, hey, I have the credit I need. Mm-hmm. I have the business credit I need. Now, okay, what's the next step to getting the lenders? Because you know what? We see a lot of people make mistakes when it comes to getting funding. They're listening to Instagram and TikTok and sometimes YouTube, you know, and they'll say stuff like, I know I can get $100,000 with bad credit. That's not necessarily the case. And what we're going to do is go through myths. We're going to go through things that you're thinking about that may not be true. And we're going to take you guys on this journey to get you to a point where now you understand exactly what you need to do. Yes. So let's start off with personal credit. Somebody says, I'm ready. All right, you guys throw it in the chat that you're ready. Derek says he's ready.
Yay.
So I want you guys to realize not only how is important, but who. You know, Gloria and I have scaled 2 businesses over $1 million. We currently own a restaurant in Georgia. We currently operate an online business. We used to be full-time in credit repair, assisting people with their credit. So we got a vast knowledge of what it takes to repair your credit. But what we got to work on first is your mindset.
Yes.
Because if your mindset is not right, you know what we've seen over the years? We've seen people get their credit straight and come right back the next year like they were getting a tax return or getting a tax refund, I should say. You know, and what I'm saying is this is not debt elimination.
No, it's not.
This is not a process that you should continually mess up and try to repair.
Right.
This is something that you work on and you develop a mindset of I'm not going back there anymore. Right. I'm not going to suffer from bad credit anymore. And if you guys are ready for that, I want you guys to throw some flames in the chat. Let me know that you understand this, because we don't want to waste our time. And we definitely don't want to waste your time.
Exactly. And we want to give you value, and we want to make sure that we're giving you the knowledge to get to the next level. Life happens to all of us.
It does.
Bad divorce.
Right.
You may have gotten medical bills, or you may have gotten sick, or whatever the case may be.
COVID.
Like COVID.
I mean, some people have not recovered from COVID.
Happens to all of us. Or if you're a business owner, you know, maybe your air conditioning went out.
Right.
Or maybe you need some working capital to hire more employees.
Or your restaurant. Like I just got a text today from one of our people that follow us on Instagram, and he said his restaurant closed during COVID.
Yeah.
You know, and thank God we had Gloria quick on her feet. She changed our restaurant from being dine-in to Uber Eats and DoorDash. I'll be honest, I was absolutely afraid that we may have been in danger of losing our restaurant, but thank God my wife was quick on her feet and she got us in position where we were able to react. And I think that's what happens to all of us.
Yeah.
You know, something happens, it's bad for us, and we freeze up.
And we don't know how to pivot to get out that situation.
And what we got to do, we got to keep you guys where you get small wins. You know, like for me, I was scared to go to the restaurant during COVID because I just knew it was going to be a ghost town. It was going to be empty. But Gloria, she stayed on top of her game and she made it happen, you guys. And that's what we want you guys to do. Stay on top of your game. Things change. lending has changed since 2020.
Yes.
I mean, in COVID, we had the lowest interest rates like in the last in history.
Yes.
I want to say in history.
I agree.
Don't quote me on that, but I think history. And now we're back to 2000. The early 2000s, late 99, 2000. I remember when interest rates were 8, 9%. Guess what? We're almost back there again.
Yeah.
And you guys have to learn how to react. I want you guys to have success with personal credit, with business credit, and with raising capital. And I don't want you to get over leveraged. So we don't want you guys thinking, oh, they're just going to teach me how to get in a bunch of credit card debt. No, we believe in getting in good debt and then finding your way out of debt. And we want you guys to definitely, keep it going and keep it moving. So, stick around so we can show you guys how to continually raise capital in your business, because we believe that's what hurts businesses. So what is raising capital for you? What is it going to do? Is it going to help you get more trucks, more properties, start a restaurant? You might want warehouse space. You might want more employees.
Yeah.
So think about what you're trying to do, and then we're going to help you take that vehicle there. And what we want you to do, if you guys say, hey, Marvin, Gloria, I need a little more help. I need you guys to guide me. We actually have a mentorship that can walk you through this, but we'll get into that later. But we want you guys to just sit back and listen and learn that you might be one decision away from the life that you want, from the business that you want, from the family that you want. You could be one decision away from starting that business that will make all of that happen. Because I don't know about you, but when your business is running fine, your life is running fine.
Most definitely. And everyone, we need a roadmap.
Yeah.
What is your roadmap? Where are you trying to go? How are you going to get there?
Right.
What did it take for you to get to where you're trying to go? So just say, for example, you're trying to buy a house.
Right.
Okay, but that's one of the largest purchases you're going to buy in your life, unless you're buying a luxury car.
Right.
Right.
But
that's going to be one of the largest purchase for some people in their life. So how are you getting yourself in position to be able to purchase this house? How are you getting yourself in position so that you don't lose your house 2 years later?
Yeah.
Because you may have paid too much in interest rate, or you want this house so bad until you're trying to finagle and put things together. If it's that hard, then it may not be for you at that point in time.
Yeah, and take your time.
So what you have to do is come up with a plan.
Right.
If you know you want to buy a house next year, let's start working on what is going to get you, what is going to take to get you there.
Good point.
How can you get a lower interest rate?
Right.
What does your credit need to look like?
Right.
What bank should you be going to get that lower interest rate?
Right. Because we just made a video a little while ago about how Navy Federal, if you get your credit in position, Navy Federal has 100% loan. Now that's unheard of with most lenders, but Navy Federal has it. No PMI insurance, no private mortgage insurance, very little closing costs. We actually bought a $500,000 house about 4 years ago with $600 down.
Can you imagine that?
We
had a low interest rate.
Yeah, we were prepared to put a lot more down because we thought
we had to put like $20,000, $30,000 down. And we didn't even have to do that.
And we end up using that money to actually improve the house and buy furniture. So that's what we're saying. Do your homework. Yes. And what we're going to teach you in our content is how to do your homework, how to be prepared. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm a buyer. I've been buying properties since I can remember, since I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
But right now it's something I've never seen in history before. It's high inflation. It actually, I hate to say this, but it may be better to rent than to buy right now. Right. It may be better to get yourself totally prepared. Get that perfect credit, that 700 credit score. Take your time.
And Marvin, we just did some studying, guys, and they were saying, I'm gonna give you an example. If you were to buy $1 million house right now, your note would be like $6,500. By the time you get through with your insurance, your maintenance every month, homeowners association or homeowners insurance, taxes. By the time you get through on $1 million house, you're talking about between about $6,500 to $6,800 a month, right? You can go rent that same $1 million house right now
for a lot less,
for about $3,500.
Yeah, maybe $5,000. Like what we're saying is, you can rent right now cheaper than you can buy. So don't be in a hurry. I condone being an owner, but I also condone making smart decisions.
Most definitely.
You know, because what you could end up doing, if you bought a house right now, you might be stuck for the next 7 to 10 years waiting for interest rates to come down. And I'll be honest and tell you, I don't think they're going to come back down anytime soon.
And the housing market is up. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, we just told you how we bought our house for $500,000.
Right.
And we sold it because the rates were so great. I mean, not the rates, but right prices. Now the value of the house was so good until we almost made double what we purchased the house for.
And what I'm saying to you guys is, concentrate right now in your life on your personal credit, your business credit, and your business funding. And then, you just got to realize, if you get the right ingredients in life, like, you can eat a meal, but if the meal doesn't have the right ingredients, it's going to taste horrible, right? So what we're trying to do is give you guys the right ingredients so you don't have a bad meal, and so let's get into what we're talking about with personal credit. So we got a system now. It's called Luxury Credit Hacks. Okay, just to give you a little backstory on Gloria and I've been doing credit for 15 years. Gloria and I met, we got married. So we started, she primarily, handles the restaurant and credit repair. She does both. And so we're doing this together, and we've realized how many people we help. And guess what? Last November, when AI came out, it totally changed and disrupted so many industries. And it has disrupted the credit repair industry. And what I mean by that, now, instead of hiring a credit repair company, I don't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to say it.
Yes, because we've been in credit repair. I've been helping Marvin with credit repair for like 10 years almost. It's been almost 10 years.
And now you don't really need a credit repair company. You can do this yourself. When it comes to ChatGPT or this system we're telling you about now with Luxury Credit Hacks, it takes about 5 to 15 minutes to do your credit now. It's no more sending out the 611 letter. Like, everybody has these famous letters they love. You don't have to pick a letter or use a template letter. Now you can get a unique letter with AI. And the crazy part is, it takes about 5 minutes. All you got to really pay for is credit monitoring. Once you set it up, it's like 3 steps. First, you get your credit monitoring. It tells you what's negative, what's positive in about 1 minute. 2, it actually, helps you save the negative items. It tells you what reason you should use based on past deletions. Then it creates the letters for you.
Can you imagine that?
Right. Like,
and there's no template letter. It's like
a unique letter.
It's a unique letter based off of your credit.
Right.
So it looks at your credit and it writes the letter for you. You can't go wrong with that. Like,
right.
I'm just going to tell you guys, I really love this. If you have questions, if you love what we're talking about, put some flames in the chat. If you have a question, don't hesitate. Ask us questions about this. Ask us about AI and credit repair. Ask us about how we can help you raise that $150,000, for your business, or if you want to start a business. That's what we're here for. Pull all of this knowledge from Marvin and I, because we have a ton of it and we're willing to share.
And the first step is, everybody save the link, Luxury Credit Hacks, type it in your phone. If you on here, type AI, and I'll make sure once we jump off, we'll respond and give you the link so you don't miss it. We've done videos on Luxury Credit Hacks. We can help you guys get started. When I tell you it takes 15 minutes, it used to take me 15 minutes to look at one credit report. Now you can look at all 3 credit reports within 1 minute, and it's super affordable. I mean, it's only like $39.95. We're not on here to try to sell you that. But if you want to, the link is below. And if you guys want it, I'm telling you, it can improve your life. Long story short. And say if you want to actually walk through doing it yourself, it's super easy. It's got coaching videos, tutorial videos. It's even got videos that tells you how to deal with the creditors. How to make
them stop calling you, because if they're calling your phone and they're blowing you up, I know you get tired of that.
Right.
There's a letter in there that'll show you how to make them stop calling you.
Correct. And the thing about it is it takes 15 minutes. So imagine, you guys, what we're going to actually help you guys figure out is that it's a certain framework when it comes to all four of these things.
Yes.
And what I mean by the framework is you got to identify the negative items. That's number one. So with the software, it's going to help you identify what the negative items are. So now you don't have to worry about that.
Yes.
Now you figured out, hey, now we know, hey, I got 5 negative items. Now, right on your cell phone, Luxury Credit Hacks can help you right on your cell phone. It's not something that you got to sit at a desktop. The only thing you got to do is print it. So, I don't know about you guys, but now I've linked up my cell phone to my printer. So you can literally get on Luxury Credit Hacks while we're talking right now and actually start signing up for it. And the great part, once you identify the items, the next thing you know, you got to correct those items.
Right.
So how do you correct them? Luxury Credit Hacks is going to tell you the suggested reason.
Most definitely.
Based on past deletions, thousands of deletions that it's already done, probably in the millions now that it's already done. Then after that, you guys are probably wondering, well, Marvin, how do I build credit? Okay, you got to go to places like Navy Federal, PenFed Credit Union, whatever bank you bank at. This is not a secret when it comes to building credit. What you got to do is build a relationship.
That is so important. Building relationships are really important because that's what banks look at.
Right.
Everyone, we talk about this all the time. Banks everyone has an internal banking score.
Right.
So the more products that you have with them, the more you build that banking relationship, the more they're going to roll out the red carpet for you. That's just a fact.
Period, point blank. And after you do this, what you got to work on after that is continually building credit. Building credit doesn't stop once you get a 700 credit score. It's something that you have to continue to do. So what do? The framework we're going to teach you is identify, correct, build, and acquire.
Most definitely.
So if you guys got a pen and paper, make sure you write that down. Identify, correct, build, and acquire. So this is what Luxury Credit Hacks will help you do in about 15 minutes. Like this live is going to be longer than it takes you to fix your credit. So, if you guys signed in, it's free to sign in. The only thing that it's going to cost you is the credit monitoring.
Right.
Once you sign up for the credit monitoring, it's going to give you all 3 bureaus, all 3 scores. It's going to help you figure out what's negative, what's positive. Then after that, you start following the prompts. It's going to prompt you what to do. There's no typing out a letter, and what you got to realize when you get the credit monitoring helps you identify what's negative, what's positive.
Most definitely.
And you got to think about, hey, I got to fix this. Otherwise, it's not going to fix itself.
Do you know, guys, that this is life-changing.
Yeah.
AI has absolutely taken over.
Right.
And Marvin and I have videos talking about it. If you're interested, on our YouTube channel, we have videos that walk you right through this amazing software.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about, okay, how do
I do it right now? Yeah.
Yes.
Don't worry about that. We got videos already posted. All you got to do is go to our YouTube, look it up, and start working on it.
And also, there's videos inside the software.
Right.
Short tutorials.
If you get lost.
Yeah. It's 3 to 5 minute videos. So it's not a long, daunting video that you be like, oh my God, I got to watch all of this and it's going to take forever. No, it only takes a few minutes. It's videos right there in the tutorial. It's a tutorial section, and there's videos that'll walk you through everything that you need to know.
Exactly. And then once you get the letters, say you go through the process. Once you finish the letters, it's going to email it to you. So you don't have to type anything out. So don't feel like, oh, I don't want another software. I don't want to learn this.
Yeah.
I don't want to type. There's no typing. All you got to do is fill this out, and it's going to email it to you. It gives you all the instructions. I'm going to tell you what I think is the most important thing that people don't realize. The most important thing is you got to write on the letter. So you got to take an ink pen and you got to actually sign your name. Because you know what's happening? Most credit repair companies are not going to tell you this, but we're going to tell you this. What they don't want you to figure out is you got to sign those letters. They want you to know. They want to know. The credit bureau wants to know Equifax, TransUnion, Experian.
Yes,
They want to know that you sent that letter.
most definitely.
They want to know that you actually mailed that letter out and they're dealing with the consumer. Because let's face it, I'm going to let the cat out the bag, Gloria. You know, we used to mail off letters for thousands of consumers.
Yes, we
Then
did.
the last 2 years, we started getting bad results. I mean, things were taking longer. I'm sure some of you on here have experienced this dealing with credit repair companies. You probably wonder what's taking them so long.
And why my credit is not going up? Why it's not moving?
Exactly. And what's taking so long is the credit bureaus are saying, hey, we got overwhelmed in COVID. We don't have enough employees, just like every other business.
Yeah.
If we realize it's not coming from the consumer, they're throwing it in the garbage. They're throwing it away. And so if you guys want to take control of your future, take control of your family having a better house, your family having a better car, you having a better business, or you and your spouse having a better business, take control of your personal credit. I can't say that enough.
Most definitely, guys. So just it's your turn. It's
Right.
your time to win.
Right.
You know, and we're going to give you all the tools that you need to do that. Like, it's your time to take your power back, to get in the driver's seat and drive yourself into your destiny. You owe yourself this.
That's
You
it.
owe yourself 15 minutes, like, to get your life on track.
Right. So, okay, you're thinking about, all right, you know, what we used to have to do. We
Right.
used to have to do credit repair.
Right.
Because of AI, now you can actually do it yourself.
Mhm.
So we just empowered you right there. If you guys like this, let me see something in the chat. Throw some flames in the chat. Type AI so I can send you that link if you like that. It will only take you about 15 minutes to walk through this process. And let me give you the last couple benefits. It also, if you go back in and hit the button that says mark this sent, it's going to remind you in 40 days. Because you know what happens to most people? You do it one time, you get all fired up because you saw this live, and then you forget next month.
Yep.
You know, 30, 45 days is a long time when you're trying to remember something. I know it's hard for me to remember what I did yesterday. You know,
That's because you get old, Marvin.
let alone 40 days.
Yeah.
So the great part about this software is going to remind you
Mhm.
that, hey, in 40 days, now it's going to show you what was deleted, you know, what was still there. And
Right.
guess what? You're going to have to do, this is not a microwave. You might have to do this 5 or 6 times to remove those items. But while you're doing this, don't forget to build credit. You know, get what's called a pledge loan at Navy. At your bank you bank with, it may be called a secured loan. Like, get these loans in place. It can be as little as $400.
Or you can go to PenFed. PenFed gives a lot of the same
The
value.
share loan. Yeah.
Yeah, the same value to start rebuilding your credit. We have YouTube videos that tells you this. Like, and if you need our help, if you want one-on-one coaching from Marvin and myself, we're willing to help you get there. We do have a mentorship program where we can help you scale. We've been there before. We've lost businesses.
Right.
I've lost houses, cars, businesses. Trust me. I don't been through everything that you can think of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you can, let me tell you something. If you can get up, you can change your life. I'm telling you.
That's right.
You can change because you don't have to be stuck in that same rat race, that
Right.
same position.
Right.
You can change. You can change your life. You can change the outcome of what you're going through right now by simply getting you a mentor, getting someone to give you that roadmap to help you that's been there.
And do you guys see how this could improve your credit score? Really, it can make it faster. It can make it more efficient.
Yeah.
It can give you reminders. If
Yeah.
you guys really understand this, I want y'all to put some flames in the chat. Let me know that we're not wasting your time, because I'm telling you, I wouldn't even be promoting luxury credit hacks if it didn't work. Gloria and I just recently had a celebrity that actually did a video for us. He was so excited. He's inviting us out to be on a reality show. So we're going to make sure you set your notifications. We're going to let you know who it is. And I'm telling you, this AI is changing things.
And like and subscribe.
Yeah.
You know, join our channel because we're going to have it all on our channel on YouTube. We're going to have the Day in Life with Marvin and Gloria.
Right.
With our celebrity friend now that we changed his life. Well, you know, we changed his life as far as his credit is concerned. You know, like you can have all the money in the world, but you got to have good credit.
Right.
You know, he was talking to us about that. He was like, Gloria, you know, Marv, you know, like, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I had so many people telling me what they can do. He said, I paid tens and thousands of dollars as a celebrity.
Right.
To get my credit fixed, you know, and it started from his credit being bad from when his parents used his credit when he was young.
When he was young, yeah.
You know, and then you
Which
have all this money.
Yeah.
And you can buy whatever you want, but when you go to the dealership, they're still going to look at your credit, even though you're a celebrity, and you still going to have to put money down because they know you got it.
Right. And what we want you guys to do is don't do what you've always done. Don't do what everybody else does.
Yes.
You follow the trends. You know, you look for, hey, if AI is here and it can help me, you know, it's either you're going to be the leader or you're going to follow somebody. Yes. And what you want to do is follow those who are on the cutting edge. You don't want to, like right now, I don't know if you guys know it, but Lexington Law is in Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Yeah. The government is actually shutting down credit repair companies.
Most definitely.
Like as we speak, I can name 4 or 5 more companies that have been shut down for the government because they I don't know why. I can't even say why the government's doing it, but I think what you need to do is take control of your credit.
Yeah, but what did the article say when Biden got in office? What did he say? He wanted to
change the bureaus.
He wanted to change the bureaus.
Yeah. He didn't quite say how. He didn't say how, but he's doing it.
He wants to change the bureaus. So with that being said, they're coming after credit repair companies.
Yeah. And you guys got to realize it's easy for you. Yeah. Don't sit around and think, oh, I got to learn all this stuff about credit.
Yes, no.
I already got enough stuff on my plate.
Yeah.
You know, and you can do this without hiring a credit repair company.
You can.
You know, so what I'm saying is take 15 minutes, write down luxury credit hacks, and when you guys get off of this live, actually sit down and work on it.
Or type AI.
Yep. So now let's go to step 2. So we went over personal credit. Now let's go over step 2, which is how to build business credit. So if you guys want to know how to build business credit in the next 90 days, let's talk about that now.
Yay.
So the first thing you guys got to do is you got to think about, talk to your tax professional, figure out, are you going to set up a corporation or are you going to set up an LLC? We're not accountants. I can't tell you that, but figure out which one that you need to set up. Okay. And same thing. You know, I set up my first business back in 1993. I've been a serial entrepreneur all my life, and I trusted my bookkeeper at the time. LLCs weren't around. So only choice I really had was partnership or corporation. So I decided to set up a corporation. So whatever one you decide, set that up with your Secretary of State. That's step 1. All right, step 2.
But now we have an LLC, and it's good to have an LLC with that's a
S corp. Yeah, that's
LLC.
true.
So you don't get double taxation.
Yep. So figure out which one you need. Then step 2, you're going to go to the IRS so you can set up what's called an EIN number. You know, and that's an employer identification number. Basically, it's like having a second Social Security number.
Most definitely.
So now you're able to build credit with your business. And what I did back when I started my first business, I started new accounts that gave me 30 days. So now I didn't have all the capital to start my business. I had some, but not what it was going to take to stay in business. So setting up 30-day accounts can give you more time to actually finance whatever business you have. Like Gloria with the restaurant, how many, like, give us an example of a 30-day account that you have.
Like I don't like with the restaurant, I don't have a lot of 30-day accounts, but what I did was I built the business credit prior to me opening up the restaurant, like the net 30s.
Right.
Because we knew that we were going to go back into that because that was my passion.
Right.
So I set those up. And then when I was ready to, Marvin helped me raise all the capital, that I needed to open the restaurant. When we opened up our restaurant, there was rocks and gravel all over the ground. It was not built out. So we put about $150K, and I had to raise all of that money, and Marvin helped me raise the money to be able to open the restaurant.
Right.
So we raised the capital, and now, like with some of my food vendors, I have like net 7.
Right.
So
yeah, it's
I don't
nets.
have to have, like it's different nets. But as a restaurant, that helps you because you got to realize restaurant is a cash business. So you're getting cash coming in, you get
Every
money
day.
coming in every single day.
So those 7 days could
So
give
that-
you more time to get more capital.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
if I order today, I don't got to pay until the next Saturday.
Right.
So that helps me. So now I don't made the money to be able to pay that bill in 7 days. And
Right.
that's really, really important. So, building business credit is really, really important. People don't understand that because they don't understand business credit.
Correct.
But it can be life-changing for your business, just having that little bit of float, because they're saying, hey, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to make the money to pay us back.
Correct.
So that's really, really important, and that helped us stay afloat, especially during COVID.
Right.
Like, you want to set yourself up because you never know how life can happen for you,
Right.
especially in business. Things happen in business, in personal life, so you want to set yourself up for success. And I think, Marvin, that's where we go wrong a lot of times as a business. We be like, oh, I don't need the money right now. So
Right.
I'm going to get some money that I don't need.
Right.
Because you're preparing yourself
If something bad happens.
if something happens, because we don't have control over everything.
And then you got to realize these net accounts, like Gloria said, she brought up a great point. Net accounts can be 7 days. It can be 30 days. It can be 60 days. And what that means, now you have time to pay that bill.
Most
so
definitely.
even before you get to the Visas, the MasterCards, and the Amexes, you
Yes.
start off with what we call vendor accounts or
Yes.
net accounts. So just so you guys know exactly what we're talking about, it could be net 7, net 15, net 30, net 45, net 60. It just means it gives you that amount of time to actually pay the bill. And I'm telling you, back to that framework. So you identify what accounts you need.
Yes.
If you're an existing business, you correct old bills or old invoices you didn't pay. Then you build credit no matter where you are, whether you start business or you in business, continue to build business credit. And guess what? Lastly, acquire more funding. So you guys are probably like, well, Marvin, where do I start with business credit? Well, it's companies like Uline. You might want to write these down. I'll put a couple of them in the chat.
Amazon has a net 55.
Amazon.
Most people don't know that.
Yep. And most people, 80% of us deal with Amazon.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? So you got Home Depot, you got Office Depot. I mean, we can name these, all day. So make sure you set some of these accounts up, because that's what's going to help you get started in business. And guess what? On our YouTube, we got a whole video about how to build business credit in 90 days.
Most
So
definitely.
don't worry. If you haven't went to our YouTube, it's Marvin and Gloria Smith. We got video. Everything that we're talking about, we have videos about.
Yes, and our goal and our job is to help you empower your finances by
Right.
bringing you good information like what's going on in the economy, what's going on in the world, how to build business credit. Like we just talked about how credit card is at an all-time high.
Correct.
I was reading an article where it said that banks are saying, like I'm saying, this was an article that they spoke to banks.
Right.
Banks are saying that consumers have their back up against the wall.
Yeah, they're doing charge-offs, and
Yes,
a lot of people are being delinquent right now.
Exactly. And not only that, they're closing people accounts.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
They're most definitely closing their accounts.
Yeah.
You don't even have to do anything wrong. I have Barclays credit card. I
Right.
have 3 cards with Barclays,
Right.
right? And I've had these cards since 2014.
Right.
They just closed my accounts. And I don't owe anything to them.
Right.
I'm not using the cards.
Right.
But it's making them nervous.
Right.
So
The
they're
economy.
they're closing people accounts for no reason at all.
And if you haven't looked at your business credit, I want you guys to write this down. Go to Smart Business Reports.
Yes.
Smart Business Reports.
Mhm.
You can, it's Smart Business Reports is Experience. So
Right.
they're the same company. You can go to nav.com. You can go to NAV to pull a report.
And NAV also will report NAV will also give you that as a trade line on
Yeah.
your business
Yeah,
credit.
so you can build credit with NAV.
Yes.
And then also you can go to Dun & Bradstreet. Now, Dun & Bradstreet is the most well-known credit reporting agency for business credit. But if you're looking for credit cards, and I would look at Smart Business Reports.
Right.
And then ask your vendors. And what I mean by vendors, if you're in construction, ask everybody you deal with, hey, do you have a 30-day account that I can have so I can build business credit? Then ask them, who do you report this to? So first you need it just for cash flow. Then the second question, you're going to ask, who do you report this to? And how much time do I have? And another good one is, what kind of discount do I get if I pay early?
Most definitely.
Because, a lot of these cars, you might get 2% if you pay early. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep. So setting up business credit can be very crucial. And I want you guys, once you pull the report, you're going to go to Smart Business Reports. That's the first place I would go. You can put in the name of your company, and you can put in the city or state that you're in, and it's going to tell you whether you got trade lines or not. And I would buy that report. Then what I would do is make sure that my address is correct. Whether you in business or you in existing business, make sure that your information is reporting correctly. Because what could happen, you could have your home address, but now you got a brick and mortar address, or you got a virtual office. If you need a virtual office, that helps when you're trying to get approved.
Most definitely.
So let's go back over what we got to have for a business. You got just say LLC or corporation. You got the EIN number. Let's get an office, you guys. Let's get a phone number, or change your cell phone over to your business phone.
Most definitely.
Then let's get a virtual office. They got companies out here called Regis or Opus. They got different places out here where you can actually build credit as you pay for your office.
Most definitely.
So remember, make sure your business credit has the correct information, phone number, email address,
and make sure
address.
your email is not a Gmail email address.
Right. No,
that does not signify that you're a true business, unfortunately.
Right. Then start building new credit. I don't care if you're existing or you're new, start building new credit, because that's what's going to help you get closer to funding. Now I want to go over a myth that people always talk about. Hey, Marv, I heard I can get approved with bad personal credit and business credit. Can it happen? Yes. Does it happen a lot? No. Like these accounts we're talking about, like a Uline, a Quill, a Shirtsy, all of these different accounts. Yes, you can get these accounts without your personal credit, but it's not going to be a Visa, MasterCard, or Amex. Most of the time, people get the words business credit and business funding confused. For me, business credit is like a Uline, a Quill, or something like that. It's an account that I got 30 days to pay, but it's not an Amex, it's not a MasterCard, it's not all of this, but you can build your way up to that. Yes. You know what I mean? And remember, you got to take these steps in order to build business credit. So you probably ask, well, how many of those accounts do I have to set up? You need to set up as many as you possibly need, and don't stop setting them up.
And then let me say this, Marvin. Okay. Also, find which bank you want to go to and start building a relationship.
Yes.
But one of the things to keep in mind when you're going to banks now, they pull your credit to open up an account. So you want to have your personal credit on point,
right?
So they can offer you a credit card.
Right.
We changed our banks. We changed from Wells Fargo on the restaurant to Bank of America. Soon as we opened that Bank of America account, they offered us a Bank of America credit card.
Correct. And that's what you got to realize. The moment that you get the LLC or corporation, EIN, phone number, email address, like Gloria said, your business doesn't really start until you open a bank account.
That is 100%.
And I know you're probably thinking, well, Marvin, what's the best bank? I don't think there is a best bank. I think it's the best bank for your situation.
Most definitely.
Like what's close to your business? What's close to your home? Which bank has the products that you need? You
right.
Get what
and
I'm saying?
I think that credit unions are really a good way, if you can,
start
your business, because they're going to be a little bit more flexible for you and a little bit lower interest rates, because you got to keep in mind, credit unions are nonprofits.
Right.
And credit unions, they're with their nonprofits, their sole purpose is to rebuild the community.
Yes, and help out and help
the community.
Yeah.
And that means in helping the community, helping small businesses scale.
And one of the easiest ways to start a relationship with a bank, first of all, is the bank account. Second of all, you can get a secured business loan, which means you're going to spend the money anyway. It's something I say all the time to our students.
Yeah.
You're going to spend the money anyway. Why not get credit for it?
Right.
And then don't start off a bad habit of commingling funds. Have your business account, have your personal account, and set up a checking account for both, and then keep those things separate. When it's a business expense, use your debit card. When it's a personal expense, use your debit card or your credit card, either one. Stop commingling because you're making a nightmare for yourself.
Most definitely.
You know, and then realize setting up that secured card for your business could turn into an unsecured card months later. So like Gloria is saying, start that relationship. There is no best bank. Just get started. And think about it. We getting ready to go into the new year. You guys are gonna want to make resolutions. Get started now. Like the thing I tell people all the time, what are we waiting on? Why are we thinking life is promised to us? You know, you may need to start that business today.
Most definitely.
You might need to start working on your business credit today. You know, for those of you guys just jumping on and you might have missed the personal credit, check out Luxury Credit Hacks. That's how you work on your personal credit. We're into business credit and talking about getting funding. So I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to repeat a couple of those accounts. We already got a video on YouTube about business credit, but I would start off with something like Uline, Quill, Shirtsy. You got any you can think of, Glo, that you can tell them about?
You know, Uline, Quill, Shirtsy.
Office Depot.
Those are some good ones. Crown.
Yeah, Crown Office Supplies. You know, these are accounts that any business, you're going to need office supplies. You're going to need a printer. You're going to need ink.
Yeah.
You're going to need paper. So start off with these accounts. What I love about Uline is they actually report super quickly. And then make sure you get a credit monitoring for your business. It's very important. Either NAV or Smart Business Reports.
And for those of you who may have experience, you have all of these accounts and they're not reporting.
Right.
You can always use eCredible.
Yeah, eCredible. Yeah.
eCredible is a good one
for
to
existing
help you,
businesses. Yeah.
Make your stuff report if it's not reporting.
And the good thing about eCredible, you can actually report your bills.
Yeah.
Like utility bills, rent, stuff like that. That was a great point, Gloria. You know, you can actually report bills that you have to pay anyway. And then, you know, you got to think about it. I want you guys to use accounts that you're going to use regularly. Don't go start, like one mistake we see a lot of people do, they go try to start these accounts and then they don't use them.
Most definitely.
We're not saying that. Only start business credit accounts that you're going to use.
Most definitely.
Don't just start accounts that, hey, I'm just doing this because I want a business credit score. No, start the accounts that you're going to use, because otherwise, you know, you're not going to use them. And then you're going to be looking at, why did I spend this money? And then remember this, business credit accounts can fall off. You know, they can actually go away. So if you guys think this information is awesome, put some flames in the chat. Let us know that, hey, business credit used to be hard to build. Like back when I did it, I had to go in the offices, like sign applications. You can do all of this stuff right over the internet. Make sure you check out the videos we're going to have below. I'm going to post those videos in the description below, where you can actually go to our videos where you can build business credit. You can learn how to use AI. So all of these videos, all of these terms we're talking about, these subjects, you're going to have it right in the description below. And we want you guys to have an advantage on everybody else.
Most definitely.
So now let's get into business funding. So let's say, all right, you set up your business account, right? You got your business bank account. Now you got to determine, like Gloria said, do I have good credit? Do I got bad credit? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have personal credit in order to help get your business funded.
Most definitely.
So if you don't have a 680 and above, I think you need to go to Luxury Credit Hacks, start working on that. Set up either a secured personal card for your personal credit. Set up a secured business card for your business credit. If you're putting money in the bank, you got the money. So you have money to do it. So I would start off with a secured card on the personal side and on the business side if I have bad credit or no credit. And just realize you're going to spend that money anyway.
Yes,
so now, say you got set up with the bank, right? You're set up with the bank. So now if you got over a 680, Most banks, they're going to want you to start off with a personal credit card, then you can get their business credit card.
Yeah.
So what would you think, if you were just starting out?
If I was just starting out, yeah. And it depends, like you also can make sure you have a business plan.
Right.
That opens the door for you to even get more money.
Big time.
Starting out. If you have a business plan, it opens the doors for you. So it doesn't matter if you're in real estate. It doesn't matter what industry you in. We have a business plan for real estate.
Correct.
Marvin was able to flip and sell over 250 houses.
Yeah.
And he was able to go to the bank with his business plan for real estate.
And get a lot of money.
There's money out there just for real estate investors,
Right. And you gotta make a plan.
You have to have a business plan for this. So, it's all about just getting with the right person that can guide you, having that roadmap to success instead of trying to make all the mistakes on your own.
Exactly. And this is gonna work for truckers, for barbershops,
yes,
for real estate investors, restaurants, e-commerce, any entrepreneur. The principles that we're talking about works for everybody. So now you just got to figure out, am I ready to get on board? Because now that you go to the bank, if you got a secure card, you got a bank account, you got a 680 credit score.
Right.
Now do this. Talk to the banker. Ask them, hey, how many credit cards can I apply for in a 30-day period? Or, how do I get a secure card? Mm-hmm. Talk to your banker, build a relationship, because what you're going to realize is that relationship turns into loans or lines of credit or real estate. Communicating with that person at the bank will help. Not saying you got to go to the bank all the time. You can just call them or check on them and actually ask them, what products are you guys promoting right now? What most people don't realize is banks promote products just like any other business.
That is so correct.
Sometimes they may be promoting the credit cards instead of a line of credit. And then a lot of times, I get this from entrepreneurs all the time. They think they got to have a loan or a line of credit for the whole amount. A lot of times what you're trying to buy, a bank may have a product for it.
Or you can go and lease whatever you're trying to get.
Or you can lease it.
Leasing is
important.
Big time. It's very important. And there's so many companies out there that have low interest rate leases.
Exactly. So, ask your banker, talk to them.
Yes.
Okay, here's the same framework we talked about for the last hour. Mm-hmm. You got to identify the bank you want to be with.
Yes.
You got to make sure all your information is correct before you go in the bank.
Most definitely.
Because that could be a big mistake. Whatever information you give the banker, that's what's going to go on your credit report. Yep. So don't give them any incorrect information, and make sure at the Secretary of State, your address is the address that you're going to give them. So before you go apply for a loan, check your personal information, check your business information. This is one huge mistake that we've seen over the last 10 years that people get denied on all the time. They may have an old address on their credit report. They may have an old employer. This is another big one.
Yes.
If you're self-employed and you started your own business, put the name of your business on your credit report.
That is so important.
And do not say I'm self-employed.
Yes.
Do not say I just looked at a credit report Wednesday and a guy said self-employed 1099 right on his credit report. And I'm like, man, take that off, because you're an employee of your business.
Most definitely.
So I use the whatever you are, the owner, the manager, the supervisor. Do not put self-employed on an application. More than likely, they're going to start asking you for documents that you can't provide.
Most definitely.
So remember, identify the bank that you want to go to. Make sure your information is correct. Build a relationship with that bank by starting an account, starting a secured account, and then start to acquire more funding.
Most definitely. I'm with you 100%, Marvin.
Yeah, whether it's a loan, remember the loans have a payment that comes every month, or a credit card. If I was to build credit, whether it's personal or business, I would start off with credit cards. And the reason why I say credit cards is because the barrier of getting approved is a little lower.
Yeah.
They'll give you credit cards before they give you a loan.
Most definitely.
So just realize credit cards could be a way to jumpstart your business. You could actually probably start off with a $5,000 to $10,000 car and slowly move those up to $25,000, $30,000. So I know what you're probably thinking, Marvin, I got a low personal credit score. My business is new. I don't have much money. I don't have the time. Or I bought a program before and it didn't work for me. I get all of that. But we got to stop making excuses and we got to take it one step at a time.
Most definitely.
Maybe it's you're going to start working on your personal credit. We gave you the solution to that. The solution was Luxury Credit Hacks. You may want to, hey, I got to start a business. So now watch the videos where we tell you about go to the Secretary of State, EIN number, set up a virtual office.
Or if you just want Marvin and Gloria to help you, then let us know. We're here.
You're right. We're going to offer you guys a free business strategy call where you can go. We're going to have that in the description below, where you can actually jump on a 15-minute call, tell us, hey, this is what we're trying to do. This is where we're trying to go. And actually, we can walk you guys through that if that's something that you want to do.
Most definitely.
And so just realize, you guys, subscribe to our channel. Don't let stuff like the economy, the bank is going to deny me. I don't have taxes.
Most definitely.
I don't have pay stubs.
Right.
You know, don't let these things stop you from getting to the next point. You can still get where you want to go, guys. You just got to take control of the situation.
Yes.
And like Gloria said, you might need a mentor. You might want to be in our program so we can guide you through it. You might want to join a community of our money magnets.
Right.
You know, the people that we keep attracting money to us, because guess what? We're taking the steps to get there. You know, we're going to help you set up the Net 30 accounts, the bank accounts, and get you to the point where you got Visas, MasterCards, all this kind of stuff. And maybe you're confused about the lenders. Maybe you don't know, hey, Mark, which lender do I go to first?
Yeah,
we've seen that happen.
Yeah, we're going to help you identify the lenders. What are the criteria for you to even get a loan from that lender? That's what it's all about. Making sure your banking information is all correct.
Correct.
Helping you build that relationship with that bank. Showing you which bank to go to build the relationship. Acquire more money. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
We want to help you get to the bag.
Right.
So are you ready? Are you ready to go all in on yourself? Are you ready?
That's right. And if you guys are ready, make sure you like and subscribe our videos. We're going to start doing a live stream at least twice a month. We're already putting out videos once a week. And if you guys want to learn how to maintain and build credit, that's what our channel is about. We're going to actually talk about real estate, artificial intelligence, all of these type of things that can help you financially take your business to the next level. So if you guys are ready, we've given you the foundation. It's personal credit, it's business credit, and it's business funding. And like my wife always talks about, take your power back. You know, and then really figure out, why am I trying to do this? And I know these things seem hard, but they're not hard if you're in the right community. You know, if you're in the right community, I'm telling you right here and right now, Gloria and I have the community where we've taken entrepreneurs in the past to the next level. If you guys are ready to go to the next level, you need to get with us with Luxury Credit Hacks for your personal credit, Luxury Credit Secrets for your business. And then make sure you just follow our channel, because we're not going anywhere. We're going to be here. And if you guys want to go to that next level, this is the place to be.
Most definitely.
So what we're trying to do, we're going to create a challenge, actually. And we're going to actually, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to put that challenge in these links of the videos. And you guys can spend 5 days with us. We're going to have a 5-day challenge coming up. And you guys are able to experience that with us and go into the new year with a new frame of mind and learn these principles. You're not going to get it in one day. You're not going to get it in 1 hour that we've been on live. This is going to take a period of months. But what I'm telling you, this is the community to be in.
The framework to your success. So
exactly,
that's what we're going to give you, the framework, because that's where it all starts. It starts with the framework. So Marvin and I, we're going to be jumping on here every week. We're going to give you the information to jump in our masterclass and our challenge. We're going to give you the information if you want us to mentor you. We're going to give you the information if you want to do it yourself credit repair.
That's right.
We're going to give you all the tools that you need to be successful. And it's all about what you're going to do with those tools that we are going to provide.
And all you guys got to do is reach out to us. You know, drop some comments, leave some messages. You can always go to our Instagram. We're going to have our links in the bottom where you can DM us. You can always set a Zoom appointment to talk about your business.
Yes.
But do one thing for us. Get involved. Because what we're here to do is help you empower your finances. And I want to thank you guys for spending your Saturday with us.
Thank you
And
so much.
set those notifications, and we'll be talking to you guys later. Thank you, guys.